A very good morning to all of you. The basic accounting term in this chapter, next term which we are going to study is expense. An expense in accounting is the money spent or costs incurred by a business in their effort to generate revenues. It is very easy. Basically, we are saying all the expenses incurred to generate revenue for our business is termed as your expense. Cost of goods sold, which we are going to study later in this chapter, sales commissions expenses, depreciation expense, rent expense, salaries expense, these all are your expenses. Your expenses are similar to your revenue expenditure. They are always charged or debited to trading and profit and loss account. We have two categories of expense. The first one is prepaid expense. Prepaid expenses are the expenses against which the payment has been done in advance by the company in an accounting period, but the same has not been used in the same accounting period and is yet to be recorded by the company in its books of accounts. How it is supposed to be recorded? In your financial statements. Students, we have not discussed this financial statement so far, but we are going to discuss it in chapter number 1. So do not worry about it. We have two kinds of financial statement. One is your income statement, which is also known as trading or profit or loss account. In that, this prepaid expense will be subtracted from the respective expense account. For example, there is prepaid rent, prepaid salary. Thus, you are going to deduct that amount from that respective expense. Salary minus prepaid expense, rent minus prepaid expense, etc. etc. In your balance sheet, which is also known as your position statement, you will show that prepaid expense under the head current assets. Ma'am, why we are going to show it in under current assets? Because the benefit of this we are going to receive in the next upcoming year, that is within an accounting period. Consider this example. Consider a retail store that moves into your local mall, signs a rental agreement and pays 12 months of rent in advance as on 1st of January 2019. If the monthly rent is rupees 2000 and as we close the books of accounts on 31st March 2019, thus we will show the coming next 9 months amount as prepaid rent account. Basically what we are saying is, since we all know the books of accounts closes on 31st March 2019, so rupees 2000 for 3 months, that is January, February and March, amounts to rupees 6000, which is exhausted in this particular year, that is till 31st March 2019, and it will be shown in the income statement, that is your profit and loss account, as in prepaid or rather as a rent expense, just by the word rent. And the balance of rupees 18,000 is shown under current assets by the name of prepaid rent. Clear? Because this prepaid rent will be used in next year. In other words, it is paying for these benefits in advance of when it is actually going to use them. In the similar way, we have outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses are those expenses which have been incurred during the current accounting period and are due to be paid. However, the payment is not made. Such an item is to be treated as payable for the business. Students, payable word is associated, so it is very much clear that it becomes your liability. See this box over here, outstanding expense, ignored personal account, I'm just going to second one, related benefits of that have been consumed. It is to be recorded at the end of a period. Okay, now basic, it will be added to the respective expense in profit and loss account. Reason being what? You have received the benefit and our accounting says that whatever expense belongs to which accounting period should be recorded in that particular accounting period. That is why we are going to add that expense in the respective expense and profit and loss account. It is an income receivable for the other party. That is why it is liability for you. It is shown as a liability on the balance sheet. This expense may be partially or fully outstanding. Example: outstanding salary, outstanding rent, outstanding subscription, outstanding wages, etc. There is a difference between wages and salary. Salary is given to your employees, that is, who are working in office. However, wages is given to your workers. Clear? Who are working in your factory. That is why we use different terminologies for each. Outstanding expenses are recorded in books of finance at the end of an accounting period to show the two numbers of business. That is to show how much actually rent was supposed to be paid, how much actually salary was supposed to be paid. That is why we are adding it in respective expense in profit and loss account to show the true position of our financial statements. Students, accounting is the basic language of business. Through accounting only or accountancy only, you get to know how a business is flourishing. Through their financial statements, through profit and loss of that particular business, we assess that how that business is being operated. That is why we need to study accounts and learn it thoroughly. Example: Company A has a rent obligation of rupees 10,000 per month that is paid on every 10th. The company has paid for 11 months and 1 month is unpaid until the end of the period. That is 31st March. So the amount for 1 month which remains unpaid is termed as outstanding expense for the company, and it will be added to the respective expense that is added to the rent account in profit and loss account and will be shown as liability on the balance sheet by the name of outstanding rent account. Clear? Let's move on to the another term, revenue. Revenue is the amount received or receivable from the sale of goods or services. For example, amount received from sale of goods, rent received, commission received, etc. etc. This revenue will be cleared to you in the upcoming example which we are going to discuss. Income. Income is the surplus of revenue over expenses, that is, profit earned during a given period. For individuals, income is most often received in the form of wages or salary. However, business income can refer to a company's remaining revenues after paying all expenses and taxes. For example, suppose goods costing rupees 50,000 are sold for rupees 70,000. In this case, rupees 70,000 is your revenue. That is amount received or receivable from the sale of goods or services you have sold, or basically what you are receiving becomes your revenue. Cost, actual cost amounting to produce that product was rupees 50,000. So the expense comes to rupees 50,000. And the difference between the two, that is revenue minus expense, becomes rupees 20,000 as your income. Income is also known as your profit. Alright, let's proceed. Next, we are going to discuss about profit or gain. We generally confuse these two terms. That is why we have taken a difference between them. Profit is the excess of total revenues. Mind my words, I'm using the word total. Total revenues minus total expenses of a business enterprise for an accounting period. However, gain is a monetary benefit, profit or advantage that arises from transactions which are incidental to business. That is a profit of irregular nature. That it may happen this year, it may not, or it might not happen next year. That is your gain. How? Example of gain. Suppose a machinery having book value of rupees 2 lakh is sold for rupees 2,20,000. Then the surplus of rupees 20,000 is your gain. In financial accounting, a gain is the increase in net profit resulting from something other than day to day earnings from recurrent operations and are not associated with investments or withdrawals. Basically, we are saying is that this is a kind of profit which is of non recurring nature, which may or may not happen in future, because each and every year we are not going to sell off machine, or if we are going to sell off machine also, then also we are not guaranteed that we will be having a gain only on that. We can even have a loss. That is why it is of not non recurring nature. Next, kinds of profit. We have two kinds of profit: gross profit, net profit. Gross profit, difference between sales revenue over cost of goods sold or services rendered. Net profit, profit earned after subtracting all expenses. If expenses are more, then it is net loss. I know it is little bit unclear. Let us go through it. Basically, gross profit versus net profit. Gross profit, we calculate gross profit first and then we move on to net profit. Gross profit is calculated by revenue minus COGS. This COGS is your cost of goods sold. Whatever you are receiving or whatever your sales are, you are deducting the cost of goods sold from it. Basically, whatever cost you are taking it to purchase, to produce that product. And net profit formula says gross profit minus all other expenses other than COGS. That is, it can be your selling and distribution expenses, your administration expenses, your rent, your depreciation, your electricity, wages, etc. etc. Students, I hope you are clear with today's basic accounting terms. I'm ending this lecture over here. Kindly come up with your doubts. Notes and assignment will be provided to you through ERP. Stay safe, stay home. Have a nice day.